And we have Blue Jays news this evening. Look at that, buddy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Walk-Off. I'm Scott Belford, joined as always by the best co-host in the biz, and Susan Slusser. She's with the San Francisco Giants, reporting.
Tongue twister of a name.
Tongue twister of a name. Say that 5 times really quickly. But she is reporting that Brandon Belt will be signing a 1-year deal with Toronto tomorrow. That deal is going to be announced. So it's not official yet. And obviously, if Carlos Correa has taught us anything, it's maybe don't count those chickens till they're hatched. But it does look like the Blue Jays have filled a need on the bench for a power lefty bat. Brandon Belt, 34 years old. He hits left-handed. He plays a little left field and right field, although with that bum knee of his, he's probably solely going to be a first baseman / bench piece, right? So he's not going to play all that much. I know, Adam, you were just talking about this chronic knee problem that he has had. So this is a low-risk, high-reward guy. I'll let you take over here, bud, and kind of talk a little on that knee surgery that ended last season.
All right. So obviously, Brandon Belt, not necessarily a name a lot of AL East fans are going to be familiar with. Spent his entire career in the Giants organization, 34 years old as of last year. Knee injury ended the season. But this one's different. We got this article here. So this is from NBC Sports. We'll just pull it up. Is Belt's career in danger? This is August 26, 2022. So this is after his most recent knee injury. Look, we don't need to go over
second surgery on this knee,
we don't need to go over the article in too much depth. The main takeaway here that I've got is that we're really talking about more of a chronic situation where you've had multiple previous surgeries. Okay. So he's been able to recover from one, but now he's having recurring swelling, soreness in that knee. Very different than a fracture or even a sprain or anything like that, right? This isn't, he landed on it weird going into first base and has missed time. This is
managing
wear
a chronic
and tear.
injury, basically. Yeah.
So Belt has had the same knee repaired twice surgically. In 2018, he had it as well, which was a season-ending surgery. Got the meniscus cleaned up for a second time in 4 years. This off season ended basically the same way. So
now that said, on a bum knee, he did hit 38 dingers in 148 games between that 2020 season and 2021 season. Although if you look at his games played, he played 50 games in that 2020 season. So the 60-game season.
Let's go over the games played. Okay, let's pull up his baseball reference here. So we got 2018, 112 games. That was the loss to injury first time he had the knee operated. Okay, came back in 2019, played 156 games. So full season out of him on the bionic knee that doctors created for him. 2020, 51 games. Now, that was the COVID season. Nobody played more than 60 games. So essentially another full season, although put an asterisk on it. It is worth noting that season, 16th in MVP voting. Now, what do I say all the time? Throw the numbers out from 2020. Too small a sample size. I don't think we can read too much into that. He played really well for 2 months, and that's worth noting. He had a batting average of 309 and an OPS plus of 177.
Mike Trout numbers.
Mike Trout wishes he had those numbers. But again, small sample size, 50 games, right? So that is worth keeping in mind. However, season after that, 97 games, and then this past season, 78 games. So most recently, the game total is coming down. However, if we do look at the numbers across those 3 seasons, he played 226 games. So what's the 162 average? 33 home runs. You'll take that. Out of a bench piece with 30 home run power, not bad. Plus, worth mentioning, 260 batting average in that time. Slugging of 510, OPS 879, good for an OPS plus of 140. Of course, it is inflated a little bit by that 50-game stretch with a 177 OPS plus. But nonetheless, I mean, when he's hitting, you'll take that.
Another very notable quality with Brandon Belt is he takes his walks. He had 78 walks over that 148 game span. And as a bench piece that has some power and has an eye at the plate, he's going to fit in perfectly here. Is this really moving the needle? No, but it is filling a need that this Blue Jays organization had, and he's low risk. So if they wind up needing to cut bait with him in June, and then they need to go out and get a lefty power bat off the bench at the trade deadline, that's what needs to go. But it looks like it's going to be a 1-year deal. There is no terms or money out there yet, as Susan Slusser nailed it.
Nailed it, man.
It should be announced tomorrow. Another little thing I did wish to bring up about this, Adam: 2 World Series rings on Brandon Belt's
Hey, you'll
fingers.
take that playoff experience, won't you?
I'll take that playoff experience every time. So there you go. Brandon Belt looks to be a Blue Jay. It's going to be official tomorrow, according to Susan Slusser, who broke the news. Of course, we'll wait and see if that's the case. But feel free to drop your comments below, everybody. We'd love to hear what you think about this. Brandon Belt going to the Blue Jays. Nice little bench piece, in my opinion. But maybe I'm full of shit, and I'm sure you'll let me know if I am. At Walk Off Podcast on Twitter, feel free to follow us, and the Walk Off Podcast on Instagram. We are doing a mailbag tomorrow morning, so feel free to get those comments in. Cheers, everybody.